During World War II, there was a huge fear in Britain of German invasion. The Brits had a right to be scared of it. They're an island, of course. And if Hitler had landed troops relatively anywhere, then the elite SS troops, armed to the teeth, would probably have overpowered the Dad's Army Home Guard, who were fighting with pitchforks and walking sticks. I'm joking, of course. The Home Guard were not that ill-equipped. There was a huge amount of coastline that the German forces could have chosen to land on, and one straightforward way of defending the coast was to create these things, pillboxes. Now, the reason they're called pillboxes, it's believed, is because they were small and were shaped like your nan's Dosset box, with a daily tablets laid out inside of. But a pillbox was a relatively cheap and easy defendable position made from concrete. They were fortified and were also camouflaged from sight inside of the landscape, like this one today, to hide those inside who would be defending the position from the view of the enemy from windows down here. Now, they emerged inside of Britain actually during the First World War, and the term pillbox was first used in the Times in August 1917 to describe one of the similar fortifications. But the concrete building made them strong, and they could then be made in a matter of days, if that. They are probably the most common network of defences still around, and during the Second World War there were, it's believed, 28,000 pillboxes that were made to repel a possible invasion. Around 6,500 of them, like this one today, do still survive, but many face a bigger threat than the Wehrmacht or the German forces, and that today is erosion, or that beastly force of nature that will eat half of England in thousands of years. They weren't just found on the coast too. Pillboxes were built at good vantage points, at road junctions, alongside canals and other possible strategic points. Down the road there's one right next to a church. The way these positions worked was that they would be staffed by a number of guards or soldiers, and they would have weapons such as machine guns or anti-tank weapons. Different combinations of different types of pillboxes would become large networks of defences, especially in weak points like here on the Lincolnshire coast. They were even used to defend airfields and bridges, which would be targeted by German bombing aircraft, and some, like this one, even had machine gun emplacements on top. The most common type of pillboxes are known as Type 22 or Type 24 to your nerdy historians. Type 22 is a regular hexagon shaped, but the Type 24 is a more irregular hexagonal shape, but both of them were bulletproof. Obviously, against tanks and huge shells fired by Panthers or Tiger tanks, they would probably have been blown to smithereens. But against invading forces, these small fortifications would have been very plucky. I can't really show you inside of this one because it's strange, but as the sort of ground shifted, there's so much sand and sediment literally inside, and it's been swallowed by the earth. So this pillbox would have, years and years and years ago, have been sunk really far down, and this is actually the roof. A machine gun would have been on there and people would have guarded here. Invading and entering a pillbox today can actually be a rather dangerous thing, especially as people tend to go to the toilet in them, with a dirty bomb being the current threat today rather than the Fritz X bomb. Anyway, pillboxes, brilliant concrete boxes which would have tried to repel invading forces and to protect defenders and Britain. But yeah, I can't even go in this one because it lies right under the ground. Brilliant. You can still see some of the iron actually for the concrete that would be put in between, and that's where the gun would have been. But yeah, protecting the salt fleets of Featherthorpe on the Lincolnshire coast. A pillbox.